perfectionist? Do you get annoyed by how people behave and lecture them about correct standards of living? That, by the way, you've set for yourself, I think everybody else should live by. Are you prone to self-sabotage in relationships because one or two little things about your partner bug you? Now, if this sounds like you, it's probably contributing to your stress and anxiety. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to fix these issues so that you can improve your relationships and experience more enjoyment in life. Hey guys, I'm Richard Oldale, the founder of Mastermind Content, and I used to struggle with anxiety and depression, but I figured out a way of being that helped me to master my mind. And I want to share these tools with you so that you can fight anxiety and depression as well. So today we're going to delve into understanding perfectionism, which is an unhealthy trait of the sage archetype, which is an energy that plagues us all from time to time. And I've previously explained how the sage archetype surfaces in our life in Sage Part 1, 2 and 3 of the Archetypes Explained series, which you can watch also on this YouTube channel, so go check those out. But first of all, let's clarify what perfectionism is, because it has both positive and negative consequences. On the one hand, perfectionist tendencies can motivate you to improve your performance. It can help you to improve your life in various ways and even strive for excellence. Now, this is all good because success breeds self-confidence, self-esteem and fulfillment. There's certainly nothing wrong with setting yourself high standards, values and goals for yourself either. However, if your ideals mean everything has to be perfect and you don't allow yourself to make mistakes or get anything wrong, it will ruin your enjoyment of an experience. So if you feel guilt, shame, humiliation or embarrassment when you are criticised or judged, or you feel overwhelming pressure when you are asked a question in case you get it wrong, then you have the unhealthy variant of the sage archetype appearing as perfectionism. This is actually something I relate to. So when I was asked a question in class at school, I would feel under immense pressure and go bright red with embarrassment, and my brain would just go blank. I would experience brain fog. I'd also be very defensive if I felt judged or criticised, and was harsh on myself when I made a mistake. But these were all subconscious programs. The subconscious programs become self-fulfilling prophecies. All these experiences growing up certainly contributed towards my anxiety and depression. So if you feel you have these problems also, I'll run through a few strategies that you can adopt to effectively overcome perfectionism, which in turn will help you to manage stress and anxiety more effectively as well. So in clinical psychology, perfectionism is classified in two ways: perfectionist striving or adaptive perfectionism, and secondly, perfectionist concerns, which is maladaptive perfectionism. Perfectionist striving is also associated with setting high standards, targeting higher levels of performance, like basically trying to beat your personal best, and having realistic hopes for success, which you can bring about more positive outcomes in your life. Now, when you hear success stories about elite footballers and basketball stars, for example, how they achieved success, they nearly all say they put in additional hours of practice after team training had finished. So, for example, the ex-Man United and Real Madrid striker Ronaldo used to put in extra hours to perfect his miracle free kicks, and Gerrard, the ex-Liverpool captain, used to work on his technique striking the ball from range, which enabled him to score some incredible belters for Liverpool Football Club. So these are all good examples of perfectionist striving. This is the healthy way of being a perfectionist. Now, being successful at something is fulfilling and helps you to boost your self-confidence and self-esteem. So perfectionist striving is actually a great quality to possess. However, problems can arise if you have perfectionist concerns, or what is known as maladaptive perfectionism. Now, this includes things like being critical of your perceived performance, berating yourself when you do something wrong, even if it's something inconsequential that you do wrong. Now, this unhealthy aspect of the sage archetype is a stage of perfectionism which puts you under immense pressure and stress to get everything right because you are so afraid of doing something wrong. But why are you afraid of making a mistake? Mistakes are actually lessons that we can learn to grow. That's a good thing. So, the reason why you're afraid of making a mistake is because you're afraid of being criticised, judged and humiliated. Now, from a broader point of view, this fear of failure may cause worry and stress, which is more likely to harm your chances of success and erode your self-esteem and self-confidence. And the fundamental reason for this is because you have an inferiority complex, which with the sage can swing to and fro between a superiority complex. Now, this happens because you have a subconscious program that informs you that you are not good enough and that you must do better. So what happens is you set yourself these standards, these ideals that you need to reach so that you can feel superior to others. And this is why you judge other people that don't meet your standards or offer suggestions that you feel is a more adequate way of living and doing things better. Other ways to determine if you are a perfectionist are if a small thing is not to your liking, or for example, if you make some mistakes in a sports match, and even if you win the game, you feel let down by your entire performance, that you can't then enjoy the victory. Now, if you're at this stage of perfectionism, then you're not allowing yourself to relax and enjoy life because too many things are bugging you, simply because they are not to your liking, they're not to your standards, they are not meeting your ideals, but more precisely, they're not meeting your ideals and standards that you have set for yourself, that you believe everything should match. So there's your first pointer. Accept that nothing is perfect. Accept that the ideals and standard that you have created for yourself is probably unreasonable and hard to achieve in every moment. So if you continue to live to standards and ideals, then you're never going to enjoy life as fully as you will if you become more relaxed. Look, nothing is perfect because nothing can be entirely perfect, especially if you create unrealistic expectations about what you want or how you think life should be. Learn to accept things are the way they are, and that's just the way it is. Moreover, there is nothing you can do to change what has happened. So here's takeaway 2. There is nothing you can do to change the way that things are or how people behave in any given moment. So just let it go. Just relax. It's foolish trying to control and dictate what other people do. And thinking that way just sets you up for upset, feeling annoyed and frustrated by things that you have no control over. So you just have to let it go. Just allow things to be as they are. Now, the Stoics were firm believers of letting go, that things that are outside of your control cannot be controlled. So Gaius Musonius Rufus said, "We must concern ourselves absolutely with the things that are under our control and entrust the things not in our control to the universe." Or take the advice of Epictetus and ask yourself, is this something that is or not in my control? On top of this point, you have to recognize that you have created an ideal for how things should be, but it's in your mind. It's not in anybody else's mind. So what I suggest is takeaway number 3, which is this. Ask yourself whether you are being rational and reasonable. The capacity for logic, reason and rationale are the healthy traits of the sage. So this is why you can offset some of the unhealthy traits of this archetype and find balance and harmony in the healthy traits, or in other words, just finding peace of mind. Idealism and perfectionism are unhealthy traits of the sage, an energy that is seeded in us at a young age, when you are judged and criticised by your parents, your teachers, siblings and peers, which ultimately develops into an insecurity complex. And to protect yourself, you develop standards to live by, and you hold yourself and others accountable to these ideals. But thinking this way then leads to chronic stress and anxiety. Your subconscious program is consistently telling you you're not good enough, you must do better. Now ultimately, maladaptive perfectionism can cause people to feel unsatisfied with how they are living their lives and how their lives have turned out. Even if you're successful, you don't feel fulfilled and satisfied with your achievements. Or no matter how well you perform, you're not happy unless it was a perfect and flawless performance, or until you achieve the final goal. So takeaway number 4 is allow yourself to enjoy the journey. The unhealthy sage, which is bogged down by perfectionism, needs to learn how to relax and enjoy themselves, not stress over the slightest little thing that doesn't really fucking matter. And if you need a good reason to allow yourself to do that, then think about your health, because chronic stress and anxiety are associated with adverse health outcomes, including high blood pressure, increased heart rate, digestive problems, appetite changes and weakened immune system. It can also cause other conditions such as irritability, fatigue, insomnia, emotional outbursts and a loss of libido. So look out for these complexes and neuroses. So it's important to take care of your mental health, because then you're also taking care of your physical health. And perfectionism is a neurosis, which, as I explained in a previous video, neurosis leads to disease and then to debilitating disease. So deal with the neurosis sooner rather than later. Okay guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I've got loads more mental health techniques and philosophies to share with you, which you don't want to miss. So before I go, here's a quick recap of the 4 takeaways from this video. Accept that nothing is perfect. There is nothing you can do to change the way things are or how people behave. Ask yourself whether you are being rational and reasonable. And finally, allow yourself to enjoy the journey. See you soon. Bye bye.